Hi, Brought first graders. It's Mrs. Bancheri. I'm here today to talk to you about something called inflectional endings. And all inflectional endings are letters that are added to the end of words to change the meaning. And these letters can look like this. We have ed, we have ing, and we also have s or es. Reading strategy card, here's the one that can help us. Down at the bottom, the last one, where it shows that you can break the word into smaller parts. And the smaller parts can be these inflectional endings, the ing or the s or es or the ed. So words with inflectional endings can end with the letters ed, ing, or s or es. And if you look at this example, there's the word jumped. The part that is underlined is called the base word or the root word, and the ed is the inflectional ending. So that root word is the part of the word that carries the meaning and has no added parts to it. So if you look at the word pulled, the root word of pulled is pull. Let's take a look at some of the examples down below. We have the word helping. The root word there is help. Underneath that is jumps. The root word is jump. The word stopped. The root word is stop. The word walking, the root word or the base word is just walk. And then there's the word dropped. In the word dropped, the word drop is the root word. Here's one of our inflectional endings, ed. When there's an ed at the end of a word, it means that the event has already happened in the past. So let's look at the word helped. That ed is at the end of that base word help. Jumped, stopped, walked, and then there's the word dropped. All of those words have that ed ending. Now let's take a look at that word ending ed. Ed can actually make three different sounds at the end of a word. Let's start with the first one. Ed can say duh, like in smiled, mailed, or smelled. Ed can make the t sound, like at the end of the words washed, kicked, or laughed. Or ed can say ed or id, like at the ends of the word added, erupted, and painted. Another inflectional ending, ing. If you see ing at the end of a word, it means that the event is happening right now, like in the words helping, jumping, stopping, walking, or dropping. Another inflectional ending is when you see the S or the ES at the end of a word, and that can mean that the event is happening right now. It can also mean there is more than one of something, like in the words helps, teaches, stops, walks, or buzzes. So as a reader, we need to be making sure we're reading all the way through to those word endings and not leaving those off when we are reading. So now, let's practice reading some words with these endings together. We're going to look at the base or the root word, and then we're going to add some of these endings to make new words. So if we put it all together, we take a look and we say there's a base word, and that holds the most basic meaning of that word or the root word. So the example would be dance. We can add that ed to the end of it and make the word danced, which means it happened in the past. Or you're reading and you see the ing, that's the word dancing. Somebody is doing it right now in the present. Or you might see the word dance with an S at the end. And if it has the S at the end, it means that it is happening right now, dances. Or there are more than one. And when we add these endings, there are a couple little tricks to help you. It says, just one, double the fun. That just means that if there is one consonant after, at the end of the word, you just have to double it. So the word hop, to become hopped, we need to add two P's before the ed. And to make hop into hopping, we need to add two P's before we add the ing ending. There's another rule. If it has a silent E at the end of the word, you drop it, please. So the word like, before we change it to liked, we have to drop that E. Then, if we want to make like, say liking, we have to drop that E before we add that ing. So now we're going to practice reading some words by looking at word endings S, ed, and ing. So we're going to do the first couple together just to get us started, okay? So we have the word jump. If I add S to the end, it's the word jumps. If I add the ed, jumped. And then if I have the ing, it's jumping. Let's go to the next root word, walk. Add the S. Walks, ed, walked, ing, walking. The next one, ski. Skis, when you have the S. Skied, if you have the ed at the end. And skiing, if you add the ing. Here's the next one, the root word talk. Add the S. Talks, ed, talked, and ing, talking. Then we have laugh. Add the S. Laughs, ed, laughed, and ing, laughing. Make sure you're looking all the way to the end of the word. If we add the S, look becomes looks. Ed would make it looked, and ing says looking. Last one, squat. That's an exercise word, isn't it? Squats with the S. Ed, squatted in the past, and ing, squatting. Here are a few more examples. We're going to have root words, jump, play, and walk. Let's start with jump. If I add that ed, the word becomes jumped. If I add the ing, it's jumping. If I have the word play, add the ed, played. Add the ing, playing. And last, we have the word walk, walked, and walking. Nice job. So now let's read a book together and look for some of those word endings that we have just talked about. That ed, that ing, and that s or es. So the name of the book we're going to read is Fun for Hugs. And you can tell by looking at this first page here that Meg is going to be one of our main characters. She's the girl that's on the front cover. And the cat is named Hugs. Hugs will be another main character in this story. Let's get started. Graham was making a scarf for Meg. Hugs liked the yarn. He jumped on it, then he rolled over and over. Hugs was having fun, but Graham wasn't having any fun at all. Stop it, Hugs, said Graham. Go and see what Meg is doing. So now I want you to see if you can find a word that has the ed ending that makes that t sound at the end when we say it. There it is, jumped. Now, I want you to see if you can find a few words that have that ing ending. There's one, having, another one, doing, and then there was also the one in the first sentence, making. So there are a lot of words where we have to look all the way to the end to read them. Meg was working on a puzzle. So Hugs worked on the puzzle too. He jumped on it. Then he pushed some puzzle pieces and watched them fall to the floor. Hugs, stop, said Meg. I can't make this puzzle with you on top of it. But Hugs was having too much fun to stop. Can you find the one word that has that ES ending and it had to do with the puzzle? There it is, pieces. I had to read that all the way to the end to see that ES ending and say the word pieces. Okay, said Meg, forget the puzzle. I'll play the piano. Hugs liked that plan. Plunk, plunk, plunk. He played the piano too. Hugs, no, Meg said. Get off the piano. Go and see Gramps. So there's a word that has that ed ending on these two pages, and it makes the sound D. Can you find it? There it is. Played. He played the piano too. Nice job. Gramps was reading the paper, but Hugs wanted to play. Every time Gramps turned a page, Hugs jumped on it. Soon the paper was ripped to bits. Okay, now I want you to find the word that has that ing ending. Reading, yep. And then there's a word that has that S ending. That word bits, which means that the paper was not just ripped into one little piece, but many bits. Hugs needs something to do, said Meg. It's raining, so we can't play outside. Well, we have to do something, said Graham. Yes, just look at this paper, said Gramps. So where is that word that means that the rain is coming down right now? There it is, raining. It means that it's happening right now. I know, said Meg. Let's make a new toy for Hugs. Then he can play with his toy, and we can watch a movie. Meg, Graham, and Gramps all worked together to make a new toy for Hugs. They got an old toy mouse. Graham tied lots of yarn to it. Meg tied puzzle pieces to the yarn. Gramps added bits of paper and a bell. It's beautiful, said Graham. So there is a word It has that ed ending that makes the sound ed at the end. You found it. Added. Added has that ed ending. Then Gramps made some popcorn. Gramps started the movie, and Meg gave the new toy to Hugs. Look at this, Hugs, she said. Come on, come and play with your new toy. But Hugs didn't want to play with the toy. And there's a word. Another one with that ed ending. Yep, started. Do you hear that ed at the end of that word? Nice job. Hugs wanted to watch the television. He's interested in that TV, isn't he? Because he sees that there's a bird on there with the babies. That's way more entertaining for him. The end. So, first graders, keep looking for those word endings when you are reading this week. And I hope that all of you are doing well. Bye.